Are you older? You can still do it all. Have you ever noticed how, as people get older, other people around them will often start making decisions for that older person instead of with that older person? Sometimes it comes from love, sometimes it comes from fear, and sometimes from convenience. But many older adults feel deeply frustrated by this, not because they don't need help, but because they still want self-determination, dignity, independence, and a voice in their own lives. Today, I want to talk to you about older folks not wanting others to make decisions for them. And more importantly, what the Bible actually says about this. Because Scripture constantly affirms something powerful. Age does not erase wisdom. Dependence does not cancel out dignity. And growing older does not mean surrendering your God-given right to choose. One of the clearest godly principles seen in the Bible is personal responsibility. Galatians 6, 4 and 5. But let each one test his own work, and then his reason to boast will be in himself alone, not in his neighbor, for each will have to bear his own load. That doesn't stop at a certain birthday. Yes, for some people, there are times when help is necessary, but help is not the same thing as having control over someone. Taking over decision-making, making decisions for someone else without their consent often communicates to an older person, you can't be trusted anymore. And that message is not biblical. My second point. The wisdom of age should be honored, not overridden. Scripture repeatedly tells us that age brings wisdom, not irrelevance. Job 12:12 says, wisdom is with the aged, and understanding in length of days. And we find in Proverbs 16:31, gray hair is a crown of glory. It is gained by living a godly life. A crown is not something you ignore. A crown is something you need to respect. Yet so many older folks experience the opposite. Often their opinions are dismissed. Often their preferences are ignored. Often the older person's choices are quietly overruled. And that creates resentment. Not safety, not security, not peace of mind for the older person. The Bible never presents older adults as obstacles or obsolete. The Bible presents older folks as treasures of insight and wisdom. My third point, authority should never silence a person's voice. Even when someone has authority, a caregiver, an adult child, a medical professional, Scripture gives them limits. 1 Peter 5:5 says, likewise, you who are younger, be subject to the elder. Clothe yourself, all of you, with humility towards one another. For God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. Biblical leadership is relational, not authoritarian. Older people often don't resist true biblical help. What they often resist is being erased from life's daily process. Point 4. God invites counsel, not coercion. The Bible encourages seeking counsel, but notice the wording of Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no guidance, a people fall. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Counselors are advisors, not dictators. God values informed choice, not forced compliance. For older adults, being an active part of their life's decisions will preserve their dignity, will strengthen their trust, will reduce their fear and will often lead to better outcomes for everyone concerned. Point 5. God knows each person's capacity better than we do. Here's something we often forget. Only God fully understands a person's true capacity. Let's look at Isaiah 46:4. Even to your old age, I am He, and to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made and I will bear. I will carry and will save. God does not abandon people as they age. He does not rush to replace them. God does not strip them of their identity or their dignity. When people rush to make decisions for older people, they risk doing something God Himself does not do. You may mean well, but true love truly listens before it decides to act. So, what's our takeaway? The Bible teaches all of us to honor age, to respect authority, to invite participation, and it is better for everyone to offer help without hijacking a person's control. If you're an older person watching this, your voice still matters. Your wisdom still counts, and your life is still yours before God. And if you are caring for someone older, ask before deciding. Listen before acting. Partner with instead of replacing. Because dignity is not lost with age. Dignity is revealed by how we all treat one another. If this video encouraged you, please like and subscribe. Share it with someone who might need to hear it. And remember, God's design for aging was never silence. God's design for getting older has always been wisdom, purpose, and having a voice until our last breath. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Please take care.